The moon, it's always up there. A symbol of what we can achieve, but also a source of endless mystery. We've been there, and we're planning to go back. But what if the story we've all been told isn't the whole story? What if there's a secret history hidden in the shadows? Okay, let's get into it.
We all know this moment, right? July 20th, 1969. Neil Armstrong's boot hits the dust. It was one of those events that just changed everything, showing us what was possible. It was a story about science, about courage, and about a nation aiming for the stars. But here's the twist. What if that giant leap for mankind, that incredible public moment, wasn't the only plan being cooked up behind the scenes? What if there were other ideas, secret ideas? That's the rabbit hole we're diving down today.
So, first things first, let's look at the official story for today. We're heading back to the moon, and this time, the mission has a name: Artemis.
And the goal? It's big, it's public, and it is ambitious. NASA is leading the charge to set up a long-term human base on another world. Yeah, this isn't just about planting a flag anymore. This time it's about staying.
So you can see the official line here, right? It's all about pushing science forward, finding new economic opportunities, getting a new generation excited, and of course, using the moon as a stepping stone to get humans to Mars. Keep these goals in mind, because it's going to be important later.
Okay, but to really get into the secret side of things, we gotta go back and we have to talk about the doubt that's been hanging around the first moon landing for like over 50 years.
And look, this isn't just a handful of people in their basements. We're talking about huge numbers. In some countries, more than a quarter of the population seriously questions whether the Apollo missions were real. That's a powerful amount of disbelief.
You've heard them all, right? The flag that fluttered when there's no wind, the missing stars in the sky. And yeah, scientists have an explanation for every single one. But here's the thing. While everyone's been arguing about the flag, they might be missing an even bigger story. A story that's actually been declassified.
Yeah, that's right. Because way before any of this public debate, there was a completely different, very secret race to the moon. And this one had absolutely nothing to do with peaceful exploration. This is the question that just blows the whole thing wide open. While the public was watching NASA plan for science, the military was looking at the moon and seeing one thing: the ultimate high ground in a potential World War III.
Get this, we're not talking about theories or rumors here. This is all from declassified government documents. Back in the late 50s, the US Army and the Air Force both had their own incredibly detailed plans for armed military bases on the moon, complete with nuclear reactors and underground command posts.
Just listen to this quote right from the Army's own report. The lunar outpost is required to develop and protect potential United States interests on the moon. I mean, they're not even trying to hide it. This was about spying on Earth from the moon. And yeah, fighting wars on the moon if they had to.
But here's what's absolutely wild. Check out the timeline. The military's plan, Project Horizon, was on the table a full 2 years before President Kennedy even made his famous speech about going to the moon. It shows there were two tracks running at the same time, a public one for science and a secret one for military power.
So if we know for a fact there was a secret military plan, well, that just opens the door to much, much wilder possibilities, right? This is where we leave declassified history behind and step into the really speculative stuff.
Take this quote. It's attributed to Ben Rich, the guy who ran Lockheed's Skunk Works. I mean, these are the people who built the stealth fighter and the SR-71 spy plane. When a guy like that says, "We now have the technology to take ET home," you gotta ask, what technology could he possibly be talking about?
And that kind of talk has fueled some truly incredible theories. That the moon isn't natural, that it's actually hollow, that weird shapes seen in photos are actually artificial structures, and maybe the biggest one of all, that there are secret bases hidden on the far side of the moon, and maybe they're not even ours.
Okay, so right when you think we're completely off in the world of sci-fi, bam! A brand new, real scientific discovery just happened, and it pulls this entire conversation right back into focus.
410 feet. Just think about that number. That's how deep a newly discovered pit is on the moon, in the same area where Apollo 11 landed. But it's not the pit itself that's a big deal, it's what scientists think it leads to that changes everything. Turns out, this hole is basically a skylight, a doorway into a massive underground cave called a lava tube. For scientists planning our return to the moon, this is like hitting the jackpot. It's a pre-built natural shelter that's been waiting there all along.
Listen to what the experts are saying.
A natural cave like this is perfect for protecting people and equipment from deadly radiation and the insane temperature swings on the surface. It's exactly, exactly, what you'd want if you were building a permanent, hidden base.
And that brings everything full circle, doesn't it? The military once planned for a secret underground base. Now scientists have found the perfect spot for one. If this perfect, ready-made shelter has been sitting up there this whole time, it really makes you wonder, are we sure we'd be the first ones to think of using it?